What's going on? What's going on, good people?
What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing this evening? Episode 111. We're recording on 111. Look at that. If you're into like numerology and all that shit, that's probably something. So, yeah.
Oh, that's
I'm
dope.
Lamar. Yeah, I'm the thinker, man. You know it. I'm Lamar. It's my brother, Casey Fallon. This is episode 111 of the Foul Language Podcast.
Hey, man, just like every other episode, man, get your headphones on if you're at work, put the kiddies to bed, get your accessories right, because you might just hear some foul language. Let's get it, man. Let's go.
That's right. Roll the intro.
Perfect.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, like I said last week, man, my brother from Atlanta, man, he got his mobile cigar lounge, sticks and stogies. I'm actually smoking one now. We'll talk about it in the check-in. But we actually finally got him on the show this week, man. My boy DeAndre Robinson, man, a.k.a. Son Robinson, man. So let's go ahead and bring him up in here, and let's do the damn thing.
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's up, man?
I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for joining.
Oh, yeah,
Thanks
bro. I had to. Long time
Yes,
ago.
sir. Yes, sir. So, without further ado, just to keep you abreast of how we do things, so we always start with the check-in.
Titties.
He's stupid. We always start with the cigar check-in to let you know what we're drinking, what we're smoking tonight. So, I mean, it'd be wrong to not start with, I guess. So, what you got tonight?
Smoking on the Banker by H. Upton. The Banker's a day trade actor.
Oh, yeah, that's a good cigar.
It's a good cigar. Good cigar. Then I got a nice little Liga Privada I'm going to next after this. Drinking, I just went down this path on Japanese whiskey. So
welcome. There's a lot of good shit out there.
Yeah, it is. And it's kind of got me hooked. So yeah, it's a good smooth.
Put $200 aside and get you a bottle of Yamazaki.
That shit fire. It'll fuck you up though.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I remember when it used to be $45.
Yeah, it's a better feel, but you don't be getting old, so I can't be around and all that no more.
Motherfucker, I got diabetes. I'm drinking vodka and shit.
You know what? I drink gin and tonic normally, but I haven't had good pairings with that I really care for.
Right.
Mm-hmm. But I'm a man myself.
Indeed.
Yeah. What do you say you drink?
Hendrix.
I thought you said Hennessy. I was going to say, oh shit.
Negative.
We got to go. We got to go. End of the show right there. We done. Okay, Hendrix, we good then. We keep going. All right. So, brother, what you got, man?
Well, for the cigar, man, I got one of the GTO cigars from my brother's shop. You know what I'm saying? Got the Hypnotic.
Hypnotic.
Yeah.
It's pretty good so far, man. I will say no homo. It got kind of like a sweet tip. You know what I'm saying? And
Pause.
you know what I'm saying? The smoke is real good. I paused first. Fuck you, Lamar. But yeah, man, this shit's smoking good, man. It's fucking burn lines looking pretty and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for the drink, man, I got this. I'm drinking Jameson tonight, man. I went and picked that shit up today from the shop at. Of course, they had the red tag, so shit was on sale. So I said, come on, I wanted some brown tonight, man. So after thank you, Lamar, again, man, for doing the research with the sugar and liquors and shit. You know what I'm saying? I know what I can and can't fucking drink for real. So this is one of the browns that I can drink. Plus, the wife gets like $2-3 cash back off the fucking receipt. So it's a win-win for fucking everybody.
So educate me then. What do you need to stay away from with that kind of stuff?
Hennessy mainly.
Yeah.
Cognacs maybe. You would think tequila, but tequila's surprisingly okay.
Yeah, just the agave. It can't be like a lot of agave.
Oh. Yeah. Most of them, though, surprisingly, it's the mixes. If you mix, that's really a big problem. If you just take it straight, then you really not that big of a deal.
Okay. Yeah, like the brown, I drink it straight. Vodka, I mix it with like sugar-free lemonade or some shit like that. So I mean, it works. It does the trick, man. But Lamar, how about you, man? What you got going on with it, bro?
All right, so it's week 1 of the fast, Daniel fast, coming in as we do January every year. So no alcohol for me. I'm a little sad about that. But I got this nice Kiki Momo with stars and all that on there.
I almost grabbed that bit, bro. I
Patriot.
almost grabbed that bit.
I thought you might have just based on the look of it. Now I was like, yo, I gotta check this out.
Yeah.
So again, appreciate that.
What's it smoke like for you?
So far, so good. It's a little milder than I was expecting,
Mhm.
but not bad. It's burning pretty good. I will warn you, the one we tried was that last week. It didn't behave that well, but I think it was just I think it just needed some time in the humidor. Is really what it was.
It was a Kiki Momo also.
No, that one was a GTO. That was the
Lacura, the short one.
No, it was the what is it? Not the painkiller. What was the other one?
Anesthesia.
And it's that one.
Man, that's a cigar. Okay.
Yeah.
I was saying it was on me. I got a fresh box. That's
appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Yeah. So I think that was the humidor though. So
okay.
It was on the mail hold. It was during the holidays, but this one is set in the humidor about a week now, almost 2.
Okay.
And it no problems at all.
Okay.
But so far so good. A nice little flavor. And for the drink, like I said, it's the fast, so no fun whiskeys. As much as I got this brand new bottle of single barrel Uncle Nearest that's looking at me right now, or some scotch, can't drink any of them. So I have a spiced apple cider warmed in the Black Panther cup.
Now look, I'm not laughing at your circumstance. All right, I just want to let you know. You just sound so fucking depressed.
I mean, I'm good 98% of the time, but there's times where you get reminded that this is what it's supposed to. So we'll have to do it again when I'm drinking. That's really all.
Yeah,
it's all good.
We definitely don't want to remind you of anything. Drinking apple cider, so we'll just keep this out of the way.
It's fucking delicious, man. It doesn't bother me.
I've never tried it, honestly. All bullshit aside, I've never tried any cider, actually.
Are you drinking
Are
you drinking the Jameson straight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is there another way?
I don't even like Jameson, so yeah, it don't come off that way.
It depends on which one. The basic Jameson I won't do, but I think I'll do Black Barrel and a couple other ones.
Yeah. Okay.
I tell you what, the shit was $17, so Jameson it is.
Jameson it is.
Shit was on sale. Come here.
As soon as you said red tag, I already knew.
Got to get them on sale.
All right, well, we'll check back in later on, let you guys know how the cigars are going. Since my man Dre said he might jump to the Liga, I'm gonna have to get a second cigar tonight since I'm not drinking. But
you might as well. We ain't got nothing but time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's that time for the Wibble or What's Best in Life, man, where we like to share some of our positivity in our world, in this ever negative fucking world that we're living in right now. We like to bring a little positivity from us to y'all. And Dre, since you know what I'm saying, you the guest, why don't you tell us what's best in life, bro?
What's best in life right now? What's going on in my life is I've been working to get back into the community to do some things. And so my daughter's 5 years old. My daughter is playing soccer and volunteered to be the soccer coach.
Okay.
So first game is next week. And I'm trying to be involved in all of that. I also got involved in church. My church has a security detail. And they was like, hey, what better way to deal with your PTSD issues? And you're allowed to carry a gun and protect everybody.
I was going
yes.
You ain't praising the Lord, motherfucker. You ain't praising him.
In today's world, you still gotta be on arm. But
you're right. I feel good. They dangerous.
I'm trying to get involved with community stuff, And so
that's good.
That's a highlight for me.
That's what's up, man. That's some real good shit, man. We, especially us as our people, we definitely need to be in our communities doing some positive shit, man. So that's good shit. Bro, how about you, Lamar? What you got going on, man? What's best in life?
Let's see. The fast started, so that's always a good thing. First week of it, so it's 3 weeks. Did the cooking, the prep work, all that stuff. I was gonna take the bike out today. I almost did it. Then I forgot I had a meeting, so I had to do that. Yeah, so I get to take it out tomorrow. I'm not gonna have time. I'm trying to get back to the range, but I'm not gonna make it this week. I'm gonna make it next week. But yeah, and then just hanging out, man, at the house with the kids and the wife. Kim's got a busy week coming up this week, so just dealing with that. So really nothing. Just chilling.
Ain't
Yeah,
nothing wrong with it.
that's it. How
So
about you, man?
with the fasting part,
Mhm.
before I go into me, bro, with the fasting, did y'all
Yeah.
get any food out of Kim's garden?
Yeah, we got some peppers, maybe some kale, and something else. I'm trying to remember because I think we're trying to get it all up for a freeze this weekend. So
Right. Hell yeah, that's dope, man. That's dope. But as far as me, man, the wife her live is coming back on Sunday, man. So that's a real good time. Number one, it brings more money in the fucking house, of course. But it's a good thing for her. She get to congregate with her people, and the Men in the Wars podcast jumps in there, show my face, do my little free gift or whatever. So that's that. Had a meeting with legal people. I know File Language podcast viewers. I've been holding on to this for a few months, but your boy's officially getting medically retired. I'm not getting separated. I'm getting medically retired. The ID, the TRICARE for life, the whole motherfucking shebang. I said,
yes, sir.
hell
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
That made my damn day, man. On video game news, Tekken 8 is coming out in a couple weeks, man. I'm a Tekken fan, so I got to fuck with that. Then I'm taking a trip to Fort Nova Seal, Fort Rucker, whatever the fuck you want to call it, to do one of my final classes. It's called Boots to Business. So it's like the people with MBAs and shit, they come in and give you the A's, A to C, the meat and potatoes of starting a business, running a business, legal stuff. They give you all that type of information. So I thought that would be a good thing, man. And lastly, I ain't seen my dog over here like face to face in a couple years, man. So it's good seeing his punk ass over there in the damn corner, man. Good to see your ass, man. So that's definitely what's best in life. My motherfucking brother. When I first met his ass, I was like, "Who the fuck is this motherfucking mugging, man? I punch him dead in his shit." But I mean,
they think they're off.
But he came on and shit. You know what I'm saying? We got cool as fuck, man. Him, Sarn, they're my motherfucking brothers right there. And that's what's best in life.
All right, everybody. So we got a special guest tonight. He is a business owner in Atlanta. He is the owner of Sticks and Stogies Cigars, or ATL, Mobile Cigar Lounge. You can check it out for weddings, corporate events, family events, birthdays, anything where you think you might want a cigar. You can check him out. Check the website out. I'll put the website in the description. You should be seeing the Instagram right now. Prices are really good. We'll talk about that later. It's a great deal, man. Looks really good. You can see kind of what the inside is. And if you look closely, he is actually in the Mobile Cigar Lounge right now. We got a little tour, and really nice. Really nice. Definitely good shit right there. So we just thought we'd interview you and ask you a few questions, kind of what got you into it. How'd you come up with the idea? Because, I mean, you don't see many of them, but I think it's going to be a good thing in Atlanta.
I appreciate it. So I'm currently in the Army. Just got back from a deployment, and so while I was overseas, they have the Cigars for Warriors program, and there was nothing else going on when I left. Originally, we started off in Qatar, and I went to Jordan and then to Syria for a little bit. And so while we were sitting around, it was just, hey, me and Sarn O that Kev knows, we just sat around and smoked cigars all the time. And so as I'm over there, I'm just like, yo, I can make money because it's something that I enjoy doing, smoking cigars. And how can I make this work? And so, you get a lot of crazy ideas when you deploy on how to make your own money.
Yeah. You ain't got shit else to do.
Yeah, you got nothing else going on. And so it was like, okay, I got this money that I saved up. What can I do with it? And originally I started off with a bounce house idea. I'm gonna buy bounce houses. I'm gonna sell them this and that. I think it was called Oh It's Jumping. And now, yeah, exactly. And my homeboy was like, yeah, I don't know about that name. He's like, it sounds a little too ratchet. I'm like, Oh It's Jumping, like the club, And so You know,
I get what you were trying to do though, so it makes sense.
I'm trying to make it catchy, and so so I was like, okay, I'm gonna do the bounce house business, and started the business, everything, got the logo designed, all of that, and got to doing more research and just realized everybody named Mama's in the bounce house business. Like
that's for damn sure.
Yeah, and it's not even quality stuff. Like you got people selling the bounce house, and it's a Crown Vic in the background, the picture on poles and all that. And it's like, pull up, come get the house. And I was like, I'm not trying to compete with this on every single corner. So how do I find a market that is not a lot of competition with, and it's also something I enjoy? And so smoking cigars, I was like, okay, I can do this mobile cigar lounge. And so I bought a 20-foot car hauler because my plan was I would like a cigar lounge, but a brick and mortar, but I don't want that overhead right now.
Yeah.
So the plan was, let's go mobile, keep the overhead low. And everything just blossomed from there. Started the business while I was overseas, built everything, and came back home, started making all the purchases, started doing all the work. And about 7 months later, here we are.
Good shit, man. Good shit. Since that kind of answers my first question, man, I'm just gonna put a line through this motherfucker right here.
Right, I'm in the same boat.
What the fuck?
So because the question was gonna be what motivated you to start the mobile lounge, but we pretty much got that answer already.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
That's what I said. We got something
really
to say.
fucking dope, man. Because like you said, something that you're passionate about, something that not everybody's doing. Me personally, I can't say the same for you, Lamar, because you out there in fucking Texas where they got fucking everything. But mobile cigar lounge, this was my first time hearing somebody doing a mobile cigar lounge. I'm like, that's fucking dope.
I've only heard of one. I think it's in like Memphis or somewhere.
And it's kind of like a car when you want you see it all the time, because now I see them everywhere. And people don't see it the way that I saw bounce houses though. And so and then now it's just about how do I do mine to set it apart from everybody else, because it's people that's doing it too, that's doing a great job at it as well, but we're not in the same market.
Right.
Yeah, I think one thing, just what I seen is just the size. Comparing what I seen from yours and some of the other ones, I mean, the fact that you could, I think you said in the West, like 15 people can fit inside. I mean, that's a good time. I mean, most of them are like 4 to 6.
Right.
So yeah, that right there is a differentiator right there. So that's good. Yeah,
and then the big thing too is a lot of people want to see the inside. People don't want to spend a lot of time on the inside like that, especially a nice spring or summer day.
Oh yeah.
They want it for a backdrop. They want to be outdoors, and so that's why also I turned the door that swings open into a patio, and you can sit out on that. Also, an awning on the outside of it, so you can put more seating on the outside. You can sit outside of that as well, and so it's really more so about the ambiance when you have indoors or outdoors.
Hey, I like that fucking word, man. Ambiance. I don't know why the fuck I like that word. It's that's a sexy word. That's a sexy word.
You said the sexy word.
I had a semester or two myself, straight at university to be exact. So my next question, man, since I really don't have my first one anymore, what does your wife, shout out to Dina one time, shout out to you, sis. What does Dina think about the whole mobile cigar lounge thing, and how does that impact in your family?
So it does not impact my family. My wife is extremely supportive, like my number one supporter, just because she saw firsthand how rough things have been for me with the military. It's been a good ride, but it's almost over. And so she's like, I want you to do something that's for you. And so in our relationship, I'm the dreamer. She's the realist. I can come up with 20 ideas in 2 days, and she'll be like, "We're not doing that. We're not doing that."
That's a good team. That's what you need.
Yeah, because if not, we'll be entrepreneured up all the time. She watched me go through, being a mobile mechanic, having the pressure washing business, all this stuff, and so which have all been good. But you can't dream forever without actually, staying with it. And so with this one, she was really supportive just because of the fact she was like, "I know you like cigars." And so it's ironic. The first event that I did, I took her with me, And she was just like, I don't know anything, but I just want to see how it goes. And so I did a golf tournament, and she sat behind the table and she just watched me speak the lingo to people. And the guy came up and he said, "Hey, I'm gonna test you right now, and I'm gonna tell you what I like to smoke." And I don't know everything, and I'm humble enough to know that I don't know everything. And so, he's like, "But I'm gonna test you, and I'm gonna tell you what I like to smoke, because you clearly don't have that. But I'm gonna support you because you're a Black-owned business. And so I want you to pick something that's close to my palate." And when I did that, and he was like, "You hit the nail on the head. I'm gonna buy 10 of those." And from that, she was just like, "I watched the way you talk to people. You're a people person, although at times you're not. But when it's about money, you can be a people person, and you're a good salesman. And you talk about stuff passionately because you really love it." So she's 100% supportive with this whole process. And so she sat back and watched me build this trailer, and a lot of long nights in the backyard, working, saws going off, everything. And just had my back the whole time. And I get people that ask me all the time, "Is she okay with you being out late nights doing events X, Y, and Z?" I invite her. I do. But a lot of women who don't smoke don't want that in their hair.
Yeah.
So I don't fault
for now. Janae's the same way.
Yeah, and so but I extend that opportunity, to be transparent, to let her know that we can do this together, because surprisingly a lot of people eat up the idea of a husband and wife running a cigar lounge everywhere. And so if she decides to be fully into it, 100% be into it. But all I need right now is the support, and I definitely have that. And so it's no real issues with it. It's some times where I don't want to be out and I have to, especially when you're building a brand. You just got to go out to things you don't want to go to just to be known and just to get your brand out there. And so I just told her a couple weeks ago, "Hey, I appreciate the support that you give me with that, because you can flip out every time I say I got to leave at 9:00 at night."
Yeah.
And you're not. And so I'm grateful for it, man. I have no complaints.
Hell yeah, man. Shout out to all three of us, got some amazing fucking wives, man. So shout out to y'all real quick. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
If your wife ever decides to smoke a cigar, just tell her to wrap her hair real good. That's what my wife does.
I told her last week, I said, "I'm doing an event. I want you to come. Can you Google ways to keep your hair from smelling like smoke?" And she did. She like bonnets with air fresheners in it. It was all kind of random ideas she came back with. And so she's willing. Yeah. But but also with that, she had just got her hair done with that last.
Oh yeah, nah,
yeah, that shit.
I didn't even wait till the new growth came in or nothing. So I was like,
yeah. Nah, get that shit up.
Nah,
bro. Nah, bro.
That's good. So you've had a few events now. What I want to know is, so tell me about your most memorable event, either good or bad. Either you get there and everything is right, it's going well, or you get there and you're like, "Oh, this shit ain't it."
All right. So my best event, hands down, I did a Christmas party for the Kappas. Shout out to the Kappas. Everything was spot on. Made an amazing amount of money. It was a rooftop party, and when you look out, everybody was smoking a cigar. And so to the point to where there was a vendor fee involved, to where I had to pay to be there. And it was just to the point to where they were like, "Hey man, everybody rocking with you so much, we ain't gonna charge you the fee." And so I respect the fact that everything was well put together. Yeah. Now, on the flip side, I ain't gonna say verbatim what this other event was.
But say you don't name no names to incriminate the guilty.
But it was not well put together. And when I you can kind of tell when you walk in the building, when you eyeball the crowd, you can kind of tell who smokes cigars and who doesn't. And who looking for a black and mild, or who just trying to bust down a rapper. And and I had a person just say, "Hey man, I'm gonna bust this down when I buy it." I said, "I don't care what you do after you pay for it. You probably won't."
It don't work too well. I've tried it before.
Not my problem. Yeah. And so I would just say that I respect when stuff is well put together. Mm-hmm. What you expect from me is outlined early on, and I can point out to you what I'm bringing to the table, what I'm not bringing to the table. When it's time to part ways, there's no issues whatsoever. So for the most part, I've been blessed to have some really, really good events. I did a wedding for one of the soldiers.
I saw that on Instagram. That was nice.
Yeah.
Amazing. I had people buying boxes of cigars out there.
Yeah, that looked real good.
Yeah.
On another note, man, do you think cigars are becoming, part of like the military culture? Because I know when I was deployed back 2011, 2012, you only saw like the white officers smoking cigars. You know what I'm saying? But now here, especially where I'm at in Vicksburg, you got like, you got E5s, E4s, looking just like us smoking cigars, man. So do you think that cigars are becoming more and more popular amongst, the military culture as a whole?
I do, and I actually think it's becoming more popular against all of society right now. It's a new reckoning, so to speak. Just because of the fact that, especially with people being so heavy into like plant-based diets and everything, and things from the earth and all of that, people want stuff more natural. You watch these cigarette commercials over and over. That's my number one selling piece. When I see somebody smoking a cigarette, hey man, stop smoking that bullshit, man. This right here ain't got no chemicals in it, X, Y, and Z. And so, and it works for
you say that one more time? Just one more time.
I'm still gonna smoke my Newport, goddamn. You can say what the fuck you want to say.
Like, yeah.
I smoke both.
Well, that Newport shots, Slims, Cools, all that. Like, I'm smoking that shit, man. Like,
yeah.
And so, it's no added chemicals. And so, and then also, unfortunately, the day and age we live into is about image. So many people want an image and want to give off this aura that they are more prestigious than what they are. And cigars shows that for a lot of people.
Make you look like a fucking boss with a cigar in your mouth.
Right. And a lot of I would say
choking your face off.
A good 60% of the people, they're not in it for that reason, but the rest, they in it for that reason. I just want to look the part. I get a lot of people say I've never smoked in my life, but everybody else doing. I just want to look the part. I want to see what it's like. And that translates well, and people buy cigars for that reason. And so, yeah, I definitely think, especially with the military, it's a boss thing, and everybody in the military has a boss complex, even down to the E1s.
True.
So it helps you personify that boss complex.
So tell us a little bit. How long have you been smoking cigars, and what's? I'll say that one for later. So yeah, just tell how long you've been smoking cigars.
About 6 years.
Okay.
And
go ahead.
I was gonna say the first cigar I got that got me hooked. I was actually in Texas. I was TDY playing golf at Fort Hood, and had a Don Pepin Garcia JJ, which is the white band that I can't find anywhere.
You won't.
Yeah. So then and I would just buy boxes and boxes and boxes of just that one cigar because I like spice, I like pepper.
Yeah.
And so I like that kick. And so it just got me hooked. It was a good transition from Black and Milds. So I feel you, Kev. Like I feel you. I've been there too. Do that shit forever. We ain't getting no younger. And so it was a good transition. And so yeah, it just kind of got me hooked, and I stuck with it since then.
Yeah, you mentioned the Cigars for Warriors. I know our the brick and mortar that I go to over here, they usually have a box that's right there, and I usually drop a few in there. So now that I know they really smoking them,
yes,
I drop a few more in there now.
When I tell you they sent me a bag of 50 cigars, and we ain't talking about Tatianas.
Yeah,
like they sent quality cigars, 50 of them.
Tatiana's a flavor, Kevin. You want that shit.
Yeah,
I was assuming.
No, yeah, well, I mean, I respect to anybody who you like cigars, you like what you like. I don't care, and that's something I had to learn as a business owner because my pride was like, I'm not carrying that shit, and I had so sit me down. I was like, bro, carry it.
Yeah.
Because for the new people who are getting into cigar smoking, they want something that feels comparable, close to what they're normally smoking, like like White Owls. Great White Owls, Peach White Owls. You want flavor.
Yeah.
So, it's an easier transition to go to something that has a sweet tip. Pause.
And damn sweet tips. That's
Conviction.
yeah. So
I digress.
yeah. So I was gonna say yeah. So it's a good point on the flavor because I think Acid is owned by Drew Estate, same company owns Acid, and I think their biggest selling cigars are the Acid, and the Acid like to do the Ligas and all that other shit. So yeah,
they got their hands in so much stuff it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
Fat bottom Betty, all that stuff.
Yeah, you've had some of those, Kev. You like those, the Fat Bottom Betties.
Yeah, that's my number one seller.
You think that's because of the band or just because it's the
taste of it? The taste.
Okay.
Yeah, Fat Bottom Betty and Isla del Sol are really, really good sweet cigars for beginners. And of course, people. I mean, the name is catchy enough that people's like, "What is that about?" I want to see about it. And then when you smoke it, it's a good taste to it. It's a really good taste. And so, and I don't really care for flavored cigars, but I'll smoke a Fat Bottom Betty and a Java and all that. Like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I've done a Java once. I'm not a big fan of too much flavor. It gets on my nerves.
Yeah, the Java Mint is like my go-to with coffee.
Yeah, I had to try that back when I can drink coffee again.
Yeah, it's like I want to say a York peppermint patty. That's what I explain it as. Yeah,
I'll check that out when I in February or probably March because it'll be cold in February.
Shit, it might be. You never know.
You right. You right.
So I guess my final question for you, Dre, man, is so what's the end goal for Sticks and Stogies, man? Like, where do you see yourself in, let's say, 10 years? You know, do you see it like, you know, a franchise of you know, mobile cigar lounges? Are you having your brick and mortar spot like you want? Like, where do you see yourself? Where do you see Sticks and Stogies in the next like 10 years?
So all the above. So I would like a franchise. I've already had some people reach out about some franchise stuff just because they see the following that I'm building. The brick and mortar is a little dicey because I've been blessed to have some really, really good mentors in the cigar business. And they kind of showed me the bumps and bruises with the brick and mortar. And a brick and mortar can get ugly real soon, especially if you don't own the land.
I would say commercial real estate is a big
one, yeah.
Yeah, and so it's kind of steered me away for a little bit until I can get in a position to own the land. But it's also sparked some other innovative ideas. You know, like it doesn't have to be a brick and mortar. You know, you got party buses, you got party boats, you got X, Y, and Z. You got different opportunities to where I'm always thinking keep my overhead low, like, and I want to see my money, like, and so with a brick and mortar, you're constantly pouring your money back into said brick and mortar, and so that's not an immediate goal for me. But if things get so good to where I have, you know, 6, 7, 8 trucks moving out and I can have a brick and mortar as well, then I'm not against it.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope. Real quick, just a sidebar, and then Lamar, I'll let you go into your next question, man. But you mentioned the word overhead. Now we have a lot of people that watch, you know what I'm saying, sometimes, and you know, they might not know what an actual overhead is. So before we continue, you know what I'm saying, we're gonna switch on, like, I guess a little bit of finance on it, man. Explain to the people exactly what an overhead is.
Overhead, so like your rent, your light bill, everything else. So when I make my money right now with my cigars, I don't want to have to turn around and pay the landlord that I'm leasing the building from, pay a light bill, pay for furniture I may be renting or anything like that. And so the easiest way for me with this trailer was to buy it out front. And I bought it up front, and then nothing's under a contract. And so did the work X, Y, and Z. So everything that was paid, and that's it. There's nothing coming back around the circle for another payment, minus a business credit card here and there. And so by overhead, I don't want to have to constantly take the money that I'm making off of sales to pay back into something so that I'm never really seeing my profit from my sales.
Indeed. Entrepreneurs out there, I hope y'all listening, man.
Yeah, that was good. So I want to shift gears just a little bit Seeing the video, seeing the pictures, walk us through the build out. How long did it take? Did you do it all yourself? It sounds like you did. Kind of walk us through that process, because that's pretty fascinating to me, especially seeing the end result.
That's a good question. So I'll be totally transparent. Everything was not done myself. There were some
that's all right
on the way. I did hire some contractors. We won't give no names, but we'll just say everything wasn't the way that it was supposed to be. And so I'm a firm believer that everything happens for a reason. And so when some things didn't go as planned, it kind of gave me the confidence that it was like, hey, you can do this. Why are you spending money on X, Y, and Z? Mm-hmm. And so some things got built, like some frames and structures, this and that. And then, it just gave me the confidence to say, you know what? I can do the rest of this myself. YouTube University. Teach you whatever you want to know.
Do it every time.
Yeah. So I'm blessed. I got an uncle who lives out in Sparta, Georgia. And that's my dog. And he built his whole house by himself. And so a lot of things that, that I learned, he taught me. And so I remember when I got my first home in Augusta, I called him and said, hey, I want to learn how to put down flooring. And I said, I'll pay you. And he said, don't worry, you got to pay me. I'll teach you. But when I teach you, it's free. But the catch is, if anybody ever asks you how to put down flooring, you better do theirs for free as well and teach them. And so, and with that, it's kind of been good. So I've gotten real good at doing flooring X, Y, and Z. My wife did the floors in the house upstairs off of what I taught her while I was deployed.
Wow. That's
and so yeah, a lot of the stuff that I learned from my family, who's very, very hands-on, my grandfather, X, Y, and Z. And so, I had a vision. And while I was deployed, I actually met a gentleman who had the same idea. He's like, hey, I'm starting a mobile cigar lounge and this and that. And so shout out to, Twisted Aroma Smoke in South Carolina. And so he's going to be starting his stuff going on. And so he gave me a lot of game too. And, I was like, I think that's a great idea. I'm going to do the same. We're not stealing nobody ideas and stuff, but we can work together. And so
that's how it should be.
Layout wise, I kind of came up with a plan, and I came back home and I just put it to use. And so there's a lot of nights me working outside, like I said, saw going off, doing X, Y, and Z late at night, waking up the neighbors. And I just kind of stuck to the vision that I had of what I wanted to see in the end. And if at any point in time I get to something where I know I can't do it, I'm not above calling somebody and say, hey, help me out with X, Y, and Z. And so you have to put your pride to the side with something when you want a vision. And so like I had a vision on how I want things to look, but if it gets to an area where it's like, I know that's not my expertise and I know I want this to look prestigious on the inside, I'm going to call a contractor. And so I got a couple more add-ons that I'm doing that I will be calling some people for. But for the most part, a lot of the stuff in here I've done myself. And it was just, I wanted a ambiance in here to where you feel like you're at a cigar lounge. Dim light.
Yeah.
And so it's just more so about sticking to what it is that I wanted to see as an end result.
So how long has it been running?
About 6 months now.
Okay. So I guess I can't ask that question. But I will say, do you anticipate as we get into the colder months, you got people that still want to smoke cigars, may not want to go to the brick and mortar, might want to have the folks over, don't have a space that they can smoke inside. Do you anticipate pulling up and maybe an increase due to the ability to smoke indoors but not have to go anywhere?
No, I'm gonna say no, not an increase, but it will be. It is steady right now, just because people still want to enjoy that luxury, but cold is cold. It don't matter because you still got to walk outside to get to the trailer, and so people still gonna complain about that regardless. I'm not toasty. I could turn it up higher, but if I have the option to be in somewhere where it's full 50 people with heat and X, Y, and Z, I have no problem with that. Yeah. And so, but it's more so about the people that really like this is the mobility aspect of it.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, you can be at my house? Yes, in the driveway. Yeah, because my wife don't like me smoking in the house. So me and my boys just sit in the driveway, TV, Wi-Fi, X, Y, and Z. So you can sit outside and still be comfortable. And so there won't be an uptick now. It's just enough to be steady. Now the spring and summer is when everything will really, really take off. Because even before I just released the trailer. For the most part, I've just been doing private events where I just set up a table, sell cigars, get my name out. The trailer has just been released. And so by the spring and summer, we got jazz festivals and golf tournaments, X, Y, and Z, and cigar festivals and all that kind of stuff. And so stuff would be better because, like I said before, people they like this, the concept of a cigar lounge, of a mobile cigar lounge. They want to see the inside. Oh, that's dope. But they rather sit outside with it in the backdrop with the option of going back and forth.
Sure.
You don't want to be cooped up in here all the time. And that's understandable.
Right. You got the background drop for the gram. Got it.
For the gram.
Proud of you, big dog. You know what I'm saying? We was in the mud out there for Fort Giller, man, and seeing where you are now, man, from where we were when we was just grinding doing this military grind, man, is some good shit, man. Wish you all the success and all that shit in the world, man. Shout out to you, Dina, your baby. You know what I'm saying, the whole fam, man, and keep doing what the fuck you doing, bro. And I got your back. We got your back, 100%.
Thank you.
Hey man, we're not ending the segment yet.
Yeah.
More questions?
That was just the interview part, bro.
Real sentimental, but I appreciate
I said we still not. I still got questions, bro.
Yeah, he just said
that's all. You asked me that I had anything else. That's what
I said. Do you have any more? So you can shut up and sit over there, and I can ask.
And that's what I had.
Okay. Well, while you over there with your emotional moment,
I know, man. It's the Jameson, bro. It's the Jameson.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. All right. Well, now that my brother's in his feelings over there in his cup, I got a couple more, not many.
Go ahead. I got you.
Have you done Atlanta Cigar Week yet?
So, crazy thing. So I haven't done it, but Atlanta Cigar Week is what I credit a lot of things to. Shout out to them. So the thing is, I started the business and I was brand new. I didn't have an inventory. I had nothing. All I had was a logo. And I remember telling my wife, hey, there's this thing going on called Atlanta Cigar Week. I feel like I need to be there because I need to get my brand out there. Nobody knows who I am. And so they offer different packages, where you can pay for VIP treatment, X, Y, and Z, this and that. And I was like, I feel like I need to do X, Y, and Z so people know who I am. But long story short, I went to 4 events that they had, and I credit a lot of my success to the brilliant people that I met at Atlanta Cigar Week. It was great networking, and it was great networking with people that look like us.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And ironically, I tell people all the time is that I met so many people at Atlanta Cigar Week, and it was so much love. It was surprising. I didn't expect it to be that way. And I remember meeting a guy, and he designs custom hats. The hat that Kev was on my head about. And so, it's custom brim, all of that. The hat, it don't move. It's stiff,
It's a real joint.
Great hats. And when I met him, he said, "You just not starting out?" I said, "I am." And he's like, "Have you met so-and-so?" "Nah." "Yeah, he owns this and that. Come on, walk with me." And he just I'm following him around the club like a groupie. "Hey, I want you to meet Drake. Drake got sticks and stogies, da-da-da. And I'm meeting so-and-so. Hey, young brother, come see me. Come sit down, come talk to me." And so I got a lot of free game from the people I met at Atlanta Cigar Week that pushed me into meeting other people and making contacts with reps at Drew Estate and Caldwell and all this other stuff. And so, listen, I recommend that for anybody that's trying to get into the cigar business, because the networking piece alone is what will make or break your business, because the cigar community is so small. You see the same.
I've heard that
everywhere in Atlanta, and once you know, like, and everybody wants to support everybody, and I would say that there's no crab mentality around here with that. It's a lot of love, and so it's something that I'll be a part of from here on out, because it's been so good to me.
So I won't ask too many more questions because we skirting on the line of the next topic. But I will ask this last one real quick. So we've seen some of the brands that you carry. Are you looking at any black-owned brands or any more black-owned brands?
Yeah, I definitely carry black-owned brands. Shout out to Conscious Cigars.
Yep.
That
Yep.
is.
That was because I said anymore because I know them.
Yeah, and so Conscious Cigars, and then I'm working on getting some stuff with Definition, Drunk Chicken, and so yeah, that's the plan. And so they reached out to me from Black Owned Smoke on Instagram.
Okay.
And, you know, a lot of support with that too. Like, hey, we just want to plug Black Owned Cigar Lounges X, Y, and Z.
Mm-hmm.
Send us a list of the Black Owned smokes that you carry in X, Y, Z. And so I think it's a big deal to carry Black Owned and support that and push it. And I get a lot of customers like, hey, that's like I recommend a smoke. Is it Black Owned? Nah, it's not. Oh, okay, I don't want that. Let's move on. And I just point them straight to X, Y, and Z, and it works out well. And they're good quality. I haven't crossed a Black Owned smoke line that I did not like. And so my big thing is I try them out first, and then if I like it, okay, cool, we're gonna do business. And I try to carry that stuff.
Let me tell you something that I don't like, but there's some real good ones out there.
All right.
You said you like spice. Check out the Warwich by who is that? Black Star Line Cigar. They're out of Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have had a Warwick. Those are.
I know you've had. I sent it to you.
Yeah, I know. Those are good. All right, yeah, man. So, like I said, my little emotional spiel, man. We appreciate you coming out, man, and sitting down with the Foul Language Podcast, man. I'm sure Sticks and Stogies ATL is gonna be Sticks and Stogies Miami and all the above, bro. You know what I'm saying? So keep doing what you're doing, man, and we support you. Next time I'm in Atlanta, hell, I'm moving back to the Georgia side. I might have an event. Gotta hit you up, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't give me the homeboy price either.
Come on,
I was thinking that, man. I really was. Like the summer or something.
Yeah, hell yeah. That'd be fun.
Yeah. Come see me. I'll take good care of y'all, man.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. We're gonna do things a little bit different. We won't do a third check-in since we've been chopping it up. Cigars that get kind of small. So we'll just kind of reflect on the cigars because by the next time you see us, the cigars will have grown.
Indeed.
So yeah. So what's up with you, Kevin, this time? How's your cigar, man?
Man, it was great throughout, man. You know, it's my kind of cigar because you know it got a lot of smoke coming through. You know what I'm saying? Getting a lot of smoke. The sweet tip, pause, is that kind of went away afterwards. You know,
you enjoyed that sweet tip.
Man, that you shut the fuck up, apple cider. Oh, but yeah, man. All in all, Dre, this was it so far out of the pack you sent me, man. This one was my favorite so far.
Right.
I'm gonna try the rest of them, but I really, really like this motherfucker right here. Like, if I was in Atlanta going to your shit, I would get this one every fucking time without fucking fail.
Okay.
And I V-cutted this motherfucker too, man. So I'm getting better with my V-cut.
That's the way. It's the best cut.
But yeah, and the Jameson, and it pairs real good with the Jameson, man. One's not overpowering the other. It's a real smooth, I guess, transition to my palate. I guess that's the word you cigars people say. Yeah, man. So all in all, man, it's pretty good, man. Dre, how was yours?
Man, so mine was amazing, and full transfer. I ate up my cigars, and I did this so that I could start carrying this, and I love it. Like you can tell, like the leaf, that nothing's cracking on it whatsoever. Good time in the humidor. It burned consistently the entire time. And the flavor profile, it changed just a little bit at the end. I'm getting more into these flavor profiles. It's more like a woodsy cedar taste to it that gets a little stronger at the end, which I enjoy. And so I have zero complaints. It will be stock that Sticks and Stogies next. H. Upman, the banker, day trader.
Indeed. Lamar, how about you, man? How was yours? How'd yours turn out?
So like I said, it's milder for my palate. One thing that did catch me off guard though is about a little past halfway, so not quite that last third, but about halfway.
Mm.
A little bit of pepper caught you in the retro hell. I don't know if you was watching. And I was like, oh shit, oh pepper. So that was a nice little surprise right there. So I was excited about that. It's gone now, but about like right there, that was real good. Construction, and I'm usually leery about cigars that have like the overlays and different wrappers and stuff. But no problem with the construction at all. Construction was good. The only time it went out was when I put it down to save it. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything bad to say. I would try another one, but like I said, it's mild for me, so it'd be a morning or a meeting cigar for me. Definitely coffee in the morning.
So they do make some full body ones that I have as well. So shout out to Keith Momo. They have some full body Maduros, and so I like you. I enjoy the retro hell. That tells me a lot about a cigar. What's up?
Kevin,
I can't do it.
retro,
I can't do it.
Hey, it take a little practice off camera, bro. Don't let nobody see you try.
Oh, we did it on camera.
I just died like twice.
Yeah, when I got into the business, I was looking. I was like, retro, that's a thing. And when I did it, it just you taste so much of the cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the stuff that people. When I got into the business, I was like, what are they talking about? These notes, cedar and cocoa. I don't taste nothing. And then when I did, I was like, oh shit, you can tell night and day when you do that. Because I looked it up and it's called the
olfactory. Olfactory, yeah.
Through your nose and your mouth, you have more sensors in there. So when you bring the smoke up that way, you get all of that flavor. Try it out, bro. Try it out.
I did. I said fuck it a long time ago, and that's where it's gonna stay. I'm just gonna enjoy smoking my cigars.
Sending pictures of my wife doing it. So like, look, Kim, I taught her how to do it.
That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn.
And also,
I don't care.
Yeah. Shout out. I left one out. Shout out to GTO. So GTO cigars is the very first purchase that I made when I started my business. Dr. Oscar Rodriguez. He's a doctor in Atlanta, Grady Hospital, military retired. He works out at he's just like the lead doctor at Maxwell Air Force Base. And so from Puerto Rico, started his own line, got a farm, everything. And my very first purchase was all of his boxes, everything on his line. That's the hypnotic, all of that. That's why you got the painkiller, the anesthesia. Everything has a medical term because he's okay. And so
that makes sense now.
Yeah. So this weekend, like I got an event this weekend. The cigar bags, they look like a prescription pack. It comes with 5 cigars in it, and it's got a prescription on the front saying, take one of these, take this, and it's signed by Dr. Rodriguez at the end. And he makes some great quality cigars. The number one seller is the Hypnotic. So, and he told me that because, a lot of cigars that have the sweet taste to it, they're infused at the end. You roll the leaf up, everything else. Use chemicals, infuse it, spray it down, this and that. These are grown that way to get that sweet taste, and so it's a lot healthier for you doing it that way.
Yeah, that shit was good. I enjoyed that one.
I'm glad you like, brother. I sent some more out to you.
Appreciate it.
So we started touching on this a little bit in the interviews, but I thought that we'd save it and talk about it, and we've been talking about it kind of in between. Period. Andre, you alluded to it a little bit about cigars in the Black culture. Like, do you think it's growing? Do you think it's the same? Do you think it's different from other cultures? What do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think it's growing. I think it's like I said before, it's people want an image, and it's got its own following, and nobody wants to be outdone by the other person, so they want to educate themselves and learn more about it. And dive deeper into the stuff. And so with that, especially in a place like Atlanta, where there's a lot of Black excellence.
Yeah.
Like in Atlanta, you look left and right, and Black people over here succeeding at this and that. And so with that, they was like, okay, well, we can do the same thing that the other races are doing. Whether it means, buying high priced cigars, renting out X, Y, and Z, these buildings and this and that. And so I definitely think that, especially in Atlanta, places like Atlanta, Houston, those metropolitan areas with a big Black culture, that there's a really, really big uprising in the cigar culture.
What you think, Kevin?
Well, like I said, I'm watching a lot of Boondocks, man. So niggas is just gonna be doing niggas. No, but hold on. I'm sorry. But no, in all seriousness, I've seen it grow, especially being down here in Mississippi, where it's it's a lot of people that look like the palm of my hand, for lack of a better term. And I'm seeing more of us, actually smoking cigars. Now you see like a couple younger ones, yeah, I smoke cigars, but it's kind of like for them, it's kind of like a fad. Like they're starting to see more and more people smoke on these cigars and shit. So it's kind of like skinny jeans. Oh shit, they wear skinny jeans. I'm gonna get me a pair too. So it's kind of like cigars and shit, and just kind of like Dre was saying, they want to keep up with the Joneses, for lack of a better term. Like, they want to make sure, oh, you smoking one of those? Yeah, I know all about that shit. But, they don't really, well, not don't really, but it's really starting to pick up more. Cause I know, like, let's say in the 90s, you saw like, you saw all these white guys smoking cigars. You see all the cartel guys with cigars in their fucking mouth. And you see the same shows and movies and stuff like that with our people with fucking cigarettes and fucking Black and Milds and shit. And it's starting to change. I think even doesn't Nas has a cigar, right? If I'm not mistaken, is it Nas that has a cigar?
Yeah.
So even the rap culture starting to get more and more into cigars, and it's it's a good fucking thing, because like you mentioned Dre earlier, it just looked like some boss shit, man. You just sitting out there smoking a goddamn cigar and shit. You know what I'm saying? Ain't got two nickels to rub together, but you got a goddamn cigar. So the bitches think you got money around this motherfucker. You got a goddamn cigar in your mouth. So, but no, it's real cool, and it's something else to bring us together. Not just everybody knows about cigars. It leads into networking. It leads into different conversations, learning people's backgrounds, and actually having conversation in a time where you don't really have conversation anymore. It's text messages and DMs and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? The time to actually slow down. Lamar, you like to use that one a lot with cigars. It's a chance to slow down a little bit. And us, we feel like we got to go. White man are going to give us shit. We got to get it. But it gives us a chance to slow down and, really connect as a people with cigars and stuff, man. So, Lamar, what you think, bro?
So, craziest thing for me with cigars, and then I'll go into the rest of it, is when I went to the kids' pediatrician, they would ask, do you smoke? It's like, I smoke cigars. And she was like, I don't, that's no big deal. Oh, so yeah. soon as the pediatrician said that, I was like, shit, cool. Give me more. But no, it's funny coming from my perspective, because I never smoked cigarettes. I never smoked that other stuff, really. I mean, I've tried, but never smoked it. I just tried it out of curiosity, because you see the shit all the time, and I wanted to see what the big deal was. And so I ended up, I think, getting into coffee a little more. And then I started learning about like the flavors and shit like that. And, I had a couple cigars. They weren't humidified right or anything. They were just in a box somewhere. I ain't no shit. And didn't know why they were cracking and all this other stuff. So I threw everything out, started over, and started learning. And around that time, we started seeing like more people that look like us smoking cigars. And one thing that shocked me is the women. You see many women smoking cigars. And the coolest shit I ever saw in the lounge was we were in a lounge in Dallas, and it was three of us. It was three of us in the lounge, and a chick came up and sat with us. And she was like, yeah, I can't do this shit in the club, but in the cigar lounge, you can do that kind of shit. So I think what's happening too, Cigar International in Colleyville aside, that's the one we went to. Fuck that place.
Never again.
Fuck that place. They say it's nice during the week though, but it's starting to get, yeah, I mean, it's a place where if you don't want to go to the club and you just kind of
Yeah.
want to chill out, you want that atmosphere, and it can be as cheap or it can be as expensive or as inexpensive as you want it to be. You can get you your one drink and babysit and have that cigar for the night, or you can have a few drinks and an expensive cigar and make whatever night, and you can celebrate with it, and you start to see people attesting that to that. Like I was listening to was that shit the Nightcat with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco,
Mm-hmm.
and Ocho Cinco has a cigar too. I forgot about his. Ray Lewis had one back in the day.
Reed got one.
Yeah, he does. That's right. I've been trying to find his too, and I can't find it. So you starting to see, like you were saying, Kevin, more celebrities, athletes, stuff like that, getting into cigars, and like you said, when people see it, they're like, "Well, shit, if they all into it, I want to see what the big deal is."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, although you get like taxes, and when you start and you see it, probably, Dre, I'm sure you mentioned it too, on the business side of it with the taxes and the laws and shit. Like if you were 18 a couple years ago and you were smoking cigars, you got fucked because they changed the range to 21. Matter of fact, there was a cigar reviewer and she was like 19, and she was like, "Well, damn, they changed the law on me. I can't review cigars on YouTube." So, I mean, shit like that is wild. So, I mean, I think it's growing. I'm glad to see it's growing. I'm glad to see, that there's good product and there's good business out there. And I just love seeing that shit. I love trying the cigars. I got to buy some more Black Gold cigars too. I'm running a little low, but yeah, I think it's growing. And the cool shit is the spin that we put on shit, like with the accessories and all that shit, different business ideas. And that's the kind of the creativity is what I think we bring to the game right now.
Yeah, it's a whole fucking vibe, man. I mean, like you said, instead of going out to the club where you got like 60, 70 motherfuckers and it's hot as fuck, and they jumping up and fucking down to knock if you buck and shit
they
like that.
One bottle.
Right. Right. One whole damn bottle. You got a cigar lounge. You just chill, you know what I'm saying? Music is like real laid back, like the Black owned cigar bar we went to in fucking Atlanta, man. That shit's like a whole vibe, man. And cigars are starting to, for our people, I think anyway, that cigars is starting to be the new hookah, if you will. Because hookahs was real, like really fucking popping at one point, hookah lounges and shit. Now it's starting to transition over and into the cigar world, man. So it's awesome, man. I'm thank you, Lamar, for introducing me to motherfucking cigars while we fucking at it, man. Because I love me a good motherfucking cigar nowadays, man.
Well, and I think too, the barrier of entry is a lot lower. Like if you go into hookah and shit, you got to buy all that shit, coals and all that shit. You can go spend $8 to $15, get a decent cigar, get some fire, and you're good to go.
And I'll tell you something else about hookah too, from the business aspect. So I had a guy tell me, "Hey, do you want to sell hookah as well?" Now, with us wholesale, we can get hookah for a decent price. But hookah requires so much more. I got to hire staff. I don't have time to walk behind you and say you need your coals refilled.
Yeah.
Or you say, "Hey, this ain't pulling." I don't have time. Once I sold you the cigar, we're done. Until you buy your next cigar. You like it, you buy your next cigar. But hookah takes a lot more hands-on from the business aspect. But don't knock it. Hookah is a moneymaker in Atlanta. So a lot of these cigars offer hookah as well. And the places that we can get cigars from offer hookah as well and vape. And they tax us the same for all of it. Ridiculous.
But I'm just glad that our people are starting to evolve in terms of, like cigars and just the social culture of cigars and everything like that, man. Because, like 90s, early 2000s, a lot of stuff like cigars and stuff like that, we consider that, white people shit. We wasn't really fucking with that like that. You know what I'm saying? And to see that we're starting to really get into more stuff that are, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't fucking know. I lost it. Keep it going.
I get what you're saying though. But
yeah, I was there and it left.
With that same point though, what I get a lot of is people walking up saying, "Hey, you got Cohibas? You got Cohibas?" Because that's what a lot of people know because you saw Jay-Z smoke Cohiba.
Right.
Cohiba. But I don't carry cohibas. I do not, for that reason, because I can point you in the direction of something else that is close to a cohiba. That's a good smoke without you just chasing the brand. So chasing the brand will get you in the door, and then when you become a connoisseur of cigars, you realize there are other things that are close to a cohiba that you don't have to go for that actual brand. So I appreciate what people like Jay-Z and all of them have done to get our culture into the actual cigar business. And then from there is our job to point them in other directions to say, hey, try this, try that. And extend your palate and see what this tastes like.
Shit, I can't remember the last time I smoked a cohiba.
Yeah.
Anytime I had one.
When somebody walks up and asks for a cohiba, immediately I know they don't smoke cigars.
Yeah.
Immediately. And I just give them something else.
Try this shit. It's just like a cohiba.
Yeah. No, I did. I had one. It was in that box. It's a nice ass box, and the shit like opens up like an arch. I don't remember what it's called. I had one of those, but
nothing to write home about.
I mean, it was okay, but for me, it's value for the dollar.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't mind spending it, but if it's fuck you, Kevin. I see you over there already.
Them Scrooge McDuck. That shit 75 cents. I ain't buying that shit.
I knew you were gonna say some shit, man.
Sorry. Continue, sir.
Fuck you, sir. Respectfully. But no, I don't mind. But to me, like you said, you mind that name, and I don't get flavor out of smoking a brand name. I mean, you give me a cigar, no band, and that shit's good as hell. I'm happy as could be.
And I had a couple of ones without a band that was good as fuck.
Yeah. Only thing that pissed me off about them without the band is you don't know what the hell it is, and you can't find it again.
And people eat up the term hand roll. Everything's hand roll.
I was gonna say the whole but that's that marketing game, man.
It is, and I had one of my good mentors tell me if it's really really hand rolled, you can't smoke that shit right now.
Right, exactly.
Like so, and people just they gravitate to what they hear other people say.
Mm-hmm.
And so from there, it's your job to pick up the pieces, the rest of it, and point them in the right direction.
Indeed.
So, well, see, and that's good too. I mean, and that's speaking to your passion, and I think it's going to speak to your future growth because some people out that now money and like, oh, you want a cohiba? Let me get you this. I don't have it, but this is just like it, and it costs twice as much. And the person who don't know no better, they excited and they happy because they got a brand and it's expensive and they can flex, take their 5 pictures of it and smoke the first 2 pulls of it and be done with it.
The rest of it in the ashtray.
Yep.
And I'm equally when I sell you a cigar and I see the rest in the ashtray because that means you ain't coming back. You just tried this.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. And so I had to get out of there early to not just try to sell single cigars. I want you to buy multiple. Take these bags, buy multiple cigars, go back, like them, call me later. Because that means enjoy this. You're not just doing this for an Instagram pic right now. And so, you appease the ones that are, and I don't fault them. If that's how you want to enjoy your evening, that's fine. I'm glad that you're exposed to the culture. But for the ones who really want to get into it, we can find you some other things.
Indeed. So look, I pose a question to both of y'all since y'all are more diverse in cigar smoking than I am. So for our new highly melanated people that are trying to get in cigars, what are the routes you go to actually pick a cigar when you're like in a cigar shop, something? Know what I'm saying? You're shopping for yourself. I'm gonna start with you, Lamar. How do you go about picking your cigars?
You mean me now or my advice for like a new person?
Your advice for a new person.
So what I would recommend is talk to the staff. Because you'll find you've seen it in cigar lounge. I mean, people it's kind of similar to like the gun range. They so happy you in there talking cigars and shit that they'll go all day.
Yeah.
But there's been times I've been in there cigar bingo and just shooting shit. But talking to them, they'll say, "Hey, what do you like to eat? What do you like to drink? Do you drink coffee? Do you like spices? And they'll point you in a good direction. And if you don't like people and don't want to talk to people, a lot of times in the B&Ms, they'll have like like you, um, they'll have like the staff recommended picks, and that's usually a good place to start. And if you still don't know, YouTube, look at people's top 10 cigars of the year. Actual cigar people. Don't look at like Half Wheel or Cigar Aficionado, because once that cigar hits cigar of the year on there, price can go way up and you ain't gonna be able to find it.
Yeah. Somebody I recommend is who we watch. I call him from BL
Lee Mack?
Luxury. Yeah, Lee Mack's a good person to you know what I'm saying, trust his reviews on. So Dre, how about you, man? What would you tell a new cigar smoker about?
Same thing. It's the same thing in the sense of finding out what their palate is.
Yeah.
And so everybody doesn't like spicy, peppery. Everybody doesn't like sweet. And so it's more so about finding out what they're into, because the best advice I got was the worst thing you can do is give a new cigar smoker a full body cigar. And they're not prepared for it.
Put
and
them
then
on their ass.
Yeah.
See, but I challenge that just a little bit, and the reason why I say that, and because that's been a common thought, and I mean I've even said that, but it depends, like you said, on their palate. If that person, like, you know, is like, hey, I drink scotch, and you know, I'll down a bourbon, and you know, they can handle that shit, or I drink my coffee black, I think they'd be a little more able to handle that. Because sometimes if you give like if I had a weak ass cigar to start, I'd be like, nah, this shit is stupid. I'm smoking air. So I think it depends on, like you were saying,
on the palate. Like me myself, when I fell in love with Don Pepper Garcia, I like spicy food.
Yeah,
I love it. Like anything spicy, I'm with it. So the pepper that works for me. But for somebody who doesn't like that, like take my wife for example, she hates anything spicy. Her favorite cigar now is the Hypnotic, and she doesn't like cigars at all. But when she smoked it, she said, "Oh, this is amazing." And so you have to listen to the person and pair it with what their palate agrees with. If the palate doesn't like a lot of overbearing things, like my wife doesn't drink black coffee. Like I drink black coffee, so I like heavy, the whole nine. And so it's more so just about finding out what they like first before you recommend something to them.
And the common thing was always like, oh, that new smoker, give them a Connecticut, send them on their way. And that's
But I get a lot more people who want cigars for the first time, and I give them a Connecticut, but I give them a sweet tip Connecticut because I don't be familiar. Like
you gonna give them a sweet tip Connecticut
over there in the mobile cigar lounge, slinging that sweet tip.
He got time out. And I give them what they came for, the sweet tip. I get them out. And I get them out of here. Where's my wife?
Quit it.
I done fucked up a flag.
I'm gonna give him that sweet tip Connecticut, and they
came for this sweet tip.
And if you come back for something stronger, then I got you too. It don't sound no better.
What are we talking about, right? So yeah, man, both of y'all, man, that was some real good tips, man. I'm more of a simple smoker. If I like the fucking band, I'm gonna fucking try it. Simple as that. I know when I went with you, Lamar, to Cigar International, like you were saying, they be really fucking excited when you know you're a new cigar smoker, and like the dude was like, you should try these, you should try those, and that led me to the Man Award, and I was like, yeah, this shit is fucking great, even though I ain't ordered my drink well when I went in there, man. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a Hennessy clean. What? I know what the hell I was doing.
That's
so I said, you know, it's not. You know, I saw my brother doing it. Listen, goddammit, I saw my brother doing it, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna say some cool shit too. Let me get a Hennessy clean, bro. What? He was like,
this not this. Hennessy is hot regardless.
And Lamar said he means neat. He's mean neat. I was like, yeah. Neat.
Oh man.
But that was dope, man. For all you new highly melanated people that's into cigars, man, you know what I'm saying? Just try what works for you. People that's intermediate to expert, y'all put some in the comments, man. Let us know what y'all think about highly melanated people getting into cigars and the cigar culture amongst our people, man. And what would you recommend for the people, man? Anybody got anything else?
I would say don't be intimidated, because I know you see all them cigars up there, all them people smoking. It can be intimidating if you don't know what you're doing going in there. But just know that everybody has to start from not knowing what the hell is going on at some point in time. So, we know. I mean, and that's where like those the cigar of the month clubs are really good too, because you get to find out shit. So
that's really up my game, man. For real.
Yeah. But
Shout out to BL Luxuries.
So let me ask a question then. Between the two of you, what type of cigars do you not like? What do you
Sweet tips?
Okay. Yeah. Facts. Okay.
Steph Curry with the shot, boy. Goddamn.
Oh,
damn.
All right. Okay.
All right. No, seriously though, I really don't like flavor cigars where the flavor is too strong, or like you were saying earlier, where it's that artificial flavor. Like if it's too bad, I throw it out.
Okay.
But yeah, that's really it. Other than that, I'll try mostly anything.
I'm not a fan of spicy. The reason I'm not a fan of spicy is because 9 times out of 10, I always get them fucking cigar hiccups, man. That shit fucking sucks.
That
so I try to
with flavor cigars.
Like I don't do the spicy too much.
Yeah, that's how acid does me.
Yeah, I can't. Them fucking hiccups is the fucking worst.
Yeah.
And earth too, man. Because the ones that I know that taste like fucking dirt and soil and shit, I don't really fuck with those too much either.
That's the one, yeah.
That's fair. So what about you, Dre? What's your cigar that you won't try or won't smoke?
It's not that. So my thing is not necessarily flavor. It's more so how they're rolled. I'm not a fan of torpedoes.
Oh, okay.
Like typically they are rolled too. I like a lot of smoke. Like torpedoes are rolled too tight for me, and so I realized I like a lot more box press cigars because they pull better.
I'm a fan of box press myself.
Yeah, I think we all fans of box presses over here. So yeah, as I say, you got a Liga, so I know you're a fan of smoke. So
yeah, it's gonna be a long interview. I'll tell you what else I tried today. Drew Estates, was it Nica Rustica?
Yeah, I got one of those. I hadn't tried it yet though.
Yeah, it's not overly sweet like Drew Estate stuff. It's actually, I didn't taste any sweetness at all.
Well, I find once you get past like the undergrounds, I mean this usually was the underground 10 year with the little gold ribbon on it. That's probably my favorite underground. But I find they don't come off too sweet, and especially like the legal line.
Yes.
But I gotta try that. Was Nica Rustica? Because I went to they had a release for that not too long ago.
It is a good cigar. It is definitely a good cigar. Like I would definitely be carrying that. Yeah.
And not too expensive either.
Not at all.
First, let me say thanks to Dre for joining us tonight. Again, shout out to him. Shout out to the game he put us on tonight. Shout out to Sticks and Stogies ATL. If you are in the area, check him out again. The Instagram and the website will be in the description. I'll probably put it on the screen too, but you can click the link in the description to take you straight there. Definitely check that out. If you're looking for a mobile cigar lounge, hell, if you're just looking for cigars, definitely check that out. Again, thanks for joining. Thanks for the cigars. Appreciate that. And you got anything else for the people before we wrap up?
Jerry?
Man, I just want to say thank y'all. Thank you two for this platform, and thank YouTube for the platform, and thank the people in Atlanta who just saw a young entrepreneur trying to do something, and for the support and the following that has come behind that, because the following and the growing that's come from this, I couldn't have imagined it. And it's not even astronomical, but it's way more than I could have expected right now. And I'm grateful. And I feel like as long as you're grateful and humble with some things, you'll continue to grow and continue to be blessed with stuff. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody who's helped me with this. Everybody plays a role in things, and all of us getting to where we need to be.
Hell yeah. So before we close this thing out, man, you know, I said I had a little quote earlier, man. Nothing special, but you know, life is a marathon, guys, not a foot race, man. So y'all keep running. That's the quote for today.
My quote: hey, when it comes to business, hey, don't sweat the petty stuff, and don't pet the sweaty stuff.
I don't know, nigga. That wasn't too much better than mine, bro. I'm just saying. I
think we're gonna leave them.
All right, Lamar, what you got?
Like,
cut.
So, first of all, when you fuck around with them sweet tips too long, you start petting sweaty stuff. So that's the problem. That's the problem, right?
Yeah, in Atlanta petting, especially in Atlanta. We had that petting sweaty stuff.
Oh shit!
All right,
nigga, I'm telling Dina. That's it.
I don't even know what I'm telling to. God damn. All right, let me close it. All right, so like I always say, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Episode 111 in the book. We go smoke some more cigars and have a good time over here. We out.
We out.